Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
Welcome to the Rockin' Review. I'm thrilled to have the hosts on for the hit TV show The Song, recorded live at TGL Farms. And I'll tell you what, I've enjoyed every one of these programs and all of the artists. It is Krista Marie and Damien Horne.
Thanks. Thank you so much for having us on here.
Congrats.
It's been a roller coaster ride, but in a great way, because, you know, just the show, how it evolved, how it started, and the artists being involved in these songs, it's been a whirlwind. It's been fun.
Well, you know, and also I want to bring up for our viewers to where you guys are both very prolific songwriters as well and do music together and individually. And so to me, that's what you brought so unique to the song, because you've got these different artists from different styles, whether it was CeeLo, whether it was Big and Rich, all this stuff, and you guys wrap it all up, and you got performances there in the barn. And then you've got the interviews all around the Good Life Farm there. It's just like, yeah, it's like, oh, you've got a horse-drawn carriage. Everybody has that.
Right.
How amazing. What a set.
Yeah, it's not a bad set, and it's definitely a great commute, too. It was close for both of us, so it was really nice. And we loved that we didn't have to get up early in the morning because all the artists performed, of course, later on in the evening.
Well, it's not like when you were working in L.A., you know, you enjoyed that drive a lot more.
Oh, yeah, the 2-hour drive to get 5 minutes.
Exactly.
And the nice thing here, too, Krista, is that the stars are coming to you. Because they either live here or come through here.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
We'll be spoiled.
I know.
We're getting too used to that. Yeah.
I know.
Well, you know, and it's so great, too. I was mentioning your songwriting. I have to bring this up, Krista, that some people may not know, even being an incredible host for the show, that also you're a certified stunt woman.
Well, I was back in the day, Los Angeles. That's what paid the bills. It was funny. I showed up one day on set on my motorcycle because I was running late and I knew I wasn't going to get there in my car.
Right.
So the stunt coordinator, Chuck Borden, who I'm friends with today, said, "You know what? Is there anything else that you can do?" He saw me get off the motorcycle. I said, "Well, you know, whatever, you know, I'll do whatever. You know, I'm one of those starving artists working 3 jobs trying to pay the bills." And so that was my first stunt position. One of the girls had broken their ankle for, I believe it was Hollywood Division. Wow. And so he said, "Hey, I'm going to throw you in today. You're about her size, her weight, her height, this and that." And he said, "I'm going to try you out. Here's your audition." I said, "All right." I got my SAG card, and the rest was history.
But then all of a sudden you end up in Nashville, and you're a songwriter, and you're performing all around town, and then hosting shows.
Yeah, pretty exciting, and you get to do it out at the farm too, which is pretty incredible. The Good Life Farm in Hendersonville, Tennessee, around horses and Nigerian dwarf goats and ducks. You never know what's going to come out and say hi and greet you. Even during CeeLo's interview, it was very interesting. Johnny Kitty Cash, the little tuxedo cat, came popping up right in the middle of his interview, and CeeLo was like, "Oh no, the cat can stay."
It was so laid back. You know, when I came out on set and I was catching up with Damien some, it was just a laid-back feel, and you could tell that the artists there, you know, were also very relaxed. And you had Trey Fanjoy there, and you had great, you know, like Damien and I were talking to. You had people from Nashville working the set, because I'd walk in and they go, "Hey, Eric." I'm like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah.
Well, that
like
kind
I know
of thing
those
was
people.
set up on purpose. You know, like we know, you know, just being songwriters ourselves, like you said, like just setting the vibe. You know, the vibe is everything. When you're writing a song, when you're playing a song, when you're sharing music. So it's like at TGL Farms, just the way it's set up there, the vibe is perfect. So it kind of lets you let your hair down, so to speak, and everybody can just be a little more comfortable and relaxed and share their stories.
It worked. I think that's what's made the show so amazing. I got to bring this up too, Damien, not to embarrass you, but you know, obviously with the music that you've written and performed and everything, and you're also going out to penitentiaries now, but you have a special Epiphone guitar. You know, I can't help it. You know, obviously, I checked out a lot of your guitar pictures and saw you with your Gibson J200 and your Taylor. Where did you get this Epiphone from?
So the Epiphone is actually one of the first guitars I ever got when I came to town. I remember I started playing keys, but when I got here, everybody was playing guitars, and I was like, it's going to be a lot easier to carry a guitar around than this keyboard, so I got to figure this out. I bought one from the pawn shop, and it was really crappy guitar, and I was playing it one day, and Big Kenny sees it. He goes, "What is that thing, brother?" He's like, "Let me give you a real one." He just grabs one out of the shelf and just hands me. I was like, "Thank you." And then it just became my baby ever since then, and I still play it to this day.
I'll bet you've written a few songs on that.
I have.
Well, and that's nice too. I think, you know, talking about the big stars that you guys have had on the shows, is that you also have other songwriters. I like the way you go in and kind of talk with the artists and get to dissect how these hit songs happen. Because to me, as you both know, that's the magic.
It is.
It's like, you know, we hear it on the radio, you see it on the TV and all that stuff. It's like, oh, it's a hit song. They were instant success. They don't know that they were doing stunts and starving for 10 years until they wrote that hit song.
It was pretty incredible actually watching each artist in each one of the interviews explain, you know, their impression and their idea of what their road to success was.
Right.
You know, in CeeLo's interview, he says it only takes one
Right.
to change the trajectory in the course of your entire career. Gretchen said, hey, you know, I didn't think anybody wanted to listen to my story.
Right.
But little did she know there were a lot of redneck women out there, and there were a lot of you know, country tomboys out there. They were really, you know, she told their story too.
She spoke
so, yeah, it was really incredible. And then we had Daryl Scott, incredible songwriter who wrote It's a Great Day to Be Alive, Travis Tritt's smash hit.
Yeah.
We had Amy Mayo, Chris Lindsay, and Marv Green.
Right.
Gary Baker,
Frank Myers. And, you know, it's just really great to see the light shining on the songwriters. I mean, in a lot of cases, the songwriters happen to also be the artist. But in this scenario, and in Nashville, and really everywhere, I love seeing the light shine on who wrote those songs.
I so agree with you. And you know, and Music City was built on song crafting.
Right.
And you've got a lot of people, like you said, behind the scenes. Like I was talking with somebody the other day about Jimmy Webb and all the songs that he'd written for Glenn Campbell. But you know, everybody saw Glenn Campbell.
Right. Absolutely.
And they're like, Jimmy who? And you guys are able to shine that light on the songwriters. And what amazed me on it, with the Travis Tritt, with everybody that you've had on the show, and great social media, is that the artists, no matter how big they are still passionate about it.
Yeah.
And you can tell when you guys are talking with them, you can tell when they're doing their performance on the song, they love what they're doing and what they've accomplished, and they're thrilled that somebody's talking to them about it in a different way.
Right.
You're right.
And it's so inspiring to like listen to it, and like I feel like for the songwriter out there, for the artists out there who are looking to kind of pursue their career in music, like watching this show is insurmountable. It just brings so much to the table because you get to watch and like hear real raw stories from these names who are humongous names, but like they, you know, like they slept in their van, you know, like, you know, and they, you know, had writing sessions just like we do here in town, and all the things that they went to, and then finally it just took off for them, and they just stayed persistent and made it happen.
Well, you know, and I think that's the thing too, Damien, like you said, where it shows where they came from. You know, talking with Gretchen and with all these different great performers and songwriters, to where, no, it just wasn't like, oh, here's a hit song.
Right.
It's like, what are you going to do with that? How are you going to forge new ground? How are you going to do this in the music industry, no matter what the genre? And I think, like you said, a lot of songwriters and performers can learn from the show.
Right.
It's kind of like an education. It's like, you know, it's like going, I'm going to the song school.
Right. Exactly.
Which you guys could launch. You could launch that on the social media.
A little master class.
We could, master class. I think there's already master
Because,
class
I mean,
out there.
everybody wants to get better at it. And so, you know, I was talking with a buddy the other day, and his daughter's a songwriter, you know, young teenager. And I said, you got to be careful on who you work with and all. But I said, you know, most people say you don't start writing really your best songs until you've written 100.
Right. And well, it's like anything. Practice makes you better at it.
Right.
So you do it over and over, then you just kind of find a flow. You know?
And not giving up. I think that was one, I think, throughout consecutively all the interviews, you know, whether it was CeeLo Green, who said, I just threw this music out there because I didn't think the label would like it. And I was ready to give up on this. Or Gretchen, I was ready to give up. That was the last time I was going to try and get a record deal. You know, or John Rich, you know, it kind of goes all the way through. All of the artists. Everyone said, you know, we were ready to give up and we just didn't. And then all of a sudden, that's when things started to work. So I guess that's a real big lesson for all of us, including Damien and I. You just don't give up.
No,
keep on going.
Well, you know, and that's the thing too. You know, with the artists that you both brought on the show, to where it seems like each one in their genre pushed the boundaries.
Right.
They're not like going, oh yeah, I'm going to stay traditional.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to stay with this. Each one of them pushed it in their own way. You know, just like with Big and Rich, to where it was unheard of. You know, putting rock and roll into country back then. And now it's a staple.
Right, I agree. I think one of the things that was cohesive throughout the whole thing was each one of them tapping into who they were and what was real and authentic to them, and not trying to be anything else. But when they finally wrote from a place or performed from a place that was real and authentic to them, it's like, oh, it found its avenue, its lane.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what you both bring to the show too, is that you're authentic as songwriters and performers too. So it's not just like, you know, LA hosts going in that have no idea who the artists are, have no idea about writing a song, performing. You both do. and I think that comes through in the shows.
It was
So-
very inspiring watching and listening to these incredible, iconic artists and performers. I mean, Don McLean, he was one of the soundtracks to my life,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
growing up. And it's really interesting, too, to hear all the different genres come together in one show.
Right.
And really appreciate all the different genres.
Yeah.
And also, I'm finding and hearing a number of people saying, wow, I didn't realize that song was sung by so-and-so. And
right.
I didn't realize, that I liked that kind of music. And it's
So many
really
people know
great.
the song, but not the artist.
Right.
Exactly,
right.
exactly. And in some cases, too, like I go back to Don McLean, I mean, American Pie, Vincent.
Oh, my gosh.
Castles in the Air.
And he's still on tour and still doing new
Yes.
music. Came out with a
I
new
know.
album a year or so ago.
But, music, the universal language is so powerful.
Right.
I mean, my 12-year-old niece knows American Pie.
Right.
And, I still own it. I started it on vinyl, cassette tape, CD, and I have it
Right.
on my playlist today. So it's really, really interesting to see the power of music and how it continues on generation after generation. And the good music really lives on.
I totally agree with you. Well, and speaking of living on, I want to bring up, you guys have your own YouTube channel also. And so where can viewers find that? So if they've missed anything, I know also some of the extended interviews are going to go there.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you visit thesong.tv, you can click Watch Now, and that'll take you directly to our YouTube channel, or you can just go to YouTube and search The Song TGL. And there's going to be some great behind-the-scenes footage that's going to continually become a part of the channel. So
That's
definitely
amazing.
subscribe.
Yes,
It's free,
yes.
Right.
and we're gonna just keep adding to it, and
bringing more
hopefully
great
keep
content.
compiling the great. All the great music that we can just get our hands on. And, all
Well,
the
and
artists
also be sure and
songwriters.
follow social media, because I love seeing the posts with all the artists, with both of you guys, with the song, and with you individually. And it's just a lot of fun keeping up with this. And congratulations on a great
Thank
first
you.
season.
Thank you.
I know there's rumors of possibly a second season.
Yes,
And
yes.
so that will be released on the website, and big press about that also. But what a great show. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
the
Thank you,
success. And just every program has been amazing.
Thank you so much.
So hopefully more of the song from Krista Marie and Damien Horne. Be sure and check out the show. Look for a second season. Go to their YouTube channel and obviously follow them on all social media. Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.